Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, very, very special day for us in here. We have a special guest. We have Canadian Olympian, gold medalist, 1996 Atlanta Games, Donovan Bailey. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Glad to be here.
Lovely to meet you.
Today is my anniversary, by the way. It is this day 24 years ago
Is it
that
really?
I was the greatest sprint on earth.
Holy moly.
So yes, this is what I'm doing with you guys.
24 years ago to the day.
24 years. It's probably as old as you are.
Nearly, nearly. Well, in the sprint, on the chest, you had the Mizuno logo.
Yes.
And that's why we're here.
Absolutely.
Right, so we've got the new line, the new JPX line just launched. So as we said, full disclosure, this is a Mizuno fit for you. Back to that, and to celebrate obviously 24 years ago, the great victory, you're going to put a full set of Mizuno clubs in the bag?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I've always, I think that I've always had a great relationship with Mizuno.
Yep.
They kitted our national team for a long time, and
Yep.
and I did some of my greatest work with the world watching, wearing Mizuno. So this is awesome now that I'm going to get some clubs, and I'm very certain that it's the best of the best. So I'm looking forward to this.
Very, very cool. So let's dive into golf. How much golf do you play annually? How many rounds a year would you say you get?
Well, so I'm in Canada now, and obviously because of the pandemic, I'm trying to get a lot out.
Right.
I usually spend my winters in Jamaica.
Okay.
So I try to play about 3 times a week.
Nice.
You know, my game's dropped off a little bit.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm here, for you all to get me back to where I think my game should be.
Yeah.
I'm a little OCD, so certainly I want to make sure that I got the best equipment.
Yeah.
So when I get out and I'm tackling the boys, I can take their money.
You need every advantage you can get in your corner.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing, Donovan, you make a great point there. Everyone's always concerned about their equipment and having it in their favour. As an athlete, you know the true value of that, of every 1% being in your favour. And you know, you're not dealing with what you wear and a pair of spikes.
Right.
You're dealing with 14 golf clubs here. You know, every single one has to have its own unique role, and they all have to complement each other and fit together.
Why professional athletes, non-golfers, but why non-golfer professional athletes always gravitate to golf is that you must become obsessed and learn about actual equipment that's an extension of your body.
Right.
If you talk to a football player, a baseball player, or a tennis player, or a hockey player, I mean, you know, you finish your career, but then you now have to learn something that's one, very challenging, but two, learn about each piece of equipment, as you said, as an extension. So, you know, learned behavior, mannerism, you know, swing comfort. I mean, all the words that you all use. I mean, I think that it's very important. You know, so, you know, when I started golf after retirement, I became obsessed. And I think that unfortunately I'm getting back there. And that's why, it's a good thing, which is why I'm here. So
You make so many good points there. Tennis players, you've got a racket, and that racket has to do it all.
100%.
All those different types of shots. Hockey sticks, it's got to do it all. But
absolutely.
Golf is so different and so unique that you get the opportunity to mix and match and choose different clubs with different characteristics to help us put it together. So, like we said, we've got the new JPX line, 4 new heads, Tour, Forged. We were having a look at them together. You were kind of asking me a few different questions about, you know, Mizuno and that sort of thing. And you know, we've kind of picked out some of the hot metal range. We'll probably try some of the forged range as well. So trying to make it as sort of easy in the game as we can, give you that competitive edge, because I know you like to play a game with the boys.
Well, yeah, competition's that's what we live for, man. If you're not competing, you're not living.
100%. You got to be winning. That's the key. You always got to be winning, whether it's a dollar or the bragging rights. You've got to be winning. So best part of your game. Driving, irons, putting, what would you say is the best part that you can rely on whenever you go and play?
Well, I'm comfortable with driving.
Okay.
I think just because I know I can hit the ball.
Yeah.
Accuracy becomes a problem. I think my short game sometimes, as I was saying before, it's also a level of comfort where I don't trust the club.
Good information early on here. So let's start off, and hit a few and we'll go from there.
Sure.
Okay. Much better.
But that's still terrible. I thought that my 6 was a 200-yard club. I guess not.
Well, so this is why this information is so good. So someone comes in, they say, you know what, I can hit my 6 iron about 200 yards. We look at your club head speed and we can go, well, is that not right? Or is it could be if it was a good strike. So you swing your 6 iron at 92 miles an hour. Okay. The average PGA Tour player swings their 6 iron at 93 miles an hour. You're as fast as anyone who plays the game for a living effectively.
Right.
So what's missing from that is turning that club head speed into ball speed. Right. So the input is great. It's just right now the output is great. If you look on the screen there, Donovan, bottom right, that red circle. Right. That's why we're not getting the ball speed out yet, because it's still a little bit too low in the head. Okay. So as that strike moves up and in, right, you'll start turning that ball speed into up in the top left there. If you look on the screen, okay, yeah, 121. That will become more like 127, 128. Okay. Then that's when we'll see 195, okay, 200. Okay. So remember those numbers, those ball speed numbers we just said you would get in a good one. Right. So 127, 128 is what we kind of figured. So you're 126. Okay. Now, there's more to come because, again, that was still a little bit in the toe and it was a really good shot. So okay, tells us a little bit about the forgiveness in this one. Mm-hmm. We don't have to be perfect, which is exactly what we want. This is the outlier to the left. Mm-hmm. This is the pattern to the right. Mm-hmm. So let's figure out why that is. So if we look at the averages, faces coming in open. Donovan, one of the things that people don't really talk about, you've probably heard people talk about lie angle, mm-hmm, and the club's toe up, toe down. Right. You really want to align that lie angle with what you want the face to do. So if I point that club directly at you, right, okay, and then I tilt it that way, right, toe down, it's no longer pointed at you. Right. That loft now is pointed right. If we tilt it toe up, it's now pointed left. Right. So when we compound two things that are kind of working against us, like an open face and a toe down scenario, that's all those things are pushing the ball to the right. Okay. So we need to tilt that the other way. I'm here. Right? Yeah. So then we can get that face angle more neutral. You're making some really good swings at it in those last couple. I can hear the contact's getting a lot better. But we've just got those two things compounding to make the result a lot worse than it needs to be. Right. So I'm going to make a little adjustment to that one, right, and then we'll come back in and retest it. All right, little change to the lie angle. So one of the kind of benefits of doing this in here, a place like this, is literally we're not going to go, we recommend you get it like this. We're just going to do it and then we're going to test it. Right. So that 3.6 toe down number in the corner there, right, we want that to, if we can get it even slightly toe up, that miss to the right, maybe not say disappear at all, right, but it certainly will be a lot less severe. Okay. Okay. So when you hit this one, is the contact feeling any better? Does it feel any different in your hands swing this one, or do they feel quite similar?
I think the first one hit easier, yeah? No?
So I gave you, I didn't say to you, I didn't tell you I'd done it. I changed the shafts, went from a new one into this one. So when you don't test a lot of equipment, it can sometimes be, you know what, just they feel different, but I can't tell you what it is. Yeah, I mean, right? Yeah, and I'm not getting into the nuances of it. 100%. Yeah. Only thing, so take your setup once, take your grip and posture. Mm-hmm. Okay, to set your setup to it. The only thing just to be sort of mindful of, you take your grip. So when you take that club away, if you put both hands on, okay, when you take that club away, make sure the club stays down, right? The minute that club gets there, then all of a sudden face is pointing over there, then we're in trouble. So just keep that toe a little bit more down, almost just feel like you're pointing the club towards the floor,
Right.
okay?
Okay.
Okay. So that's obviously the one that we're looking to replicate.
Yeah.
That
Well,
very one.
that actually feels the most comfortable
So
since I've been doing that.
So come and have a look at this. And that feedback will always come when you give someone a club that they continuously find the middle of the head. So you think of those first couple, that everything was low, and then we were struggling a bit out in the toe. So we changed a couple of things in this one, the lie angle, we changed the weight, give you more weight again, we changed the grip size, you wear large gloves, so I went up to a mid-size grip just to try and get you more comfortable again. Now you're starting to congregate the strikes in the middle. The face, will come and go from being open and kind of wherever it is, but if you can hit it in the middle of the club, you're always going to get what you should. Right. So if that's an open face, that's a square face. At least you'll get what you should get based on the strike point. Yes. Okay. So we're working through the different heads, different shafts. I think we're definitely going to lean on the hot metal for its forgiveness. Right. Okay. You can hear how well you're compressing that one. Definitely the miss is on the right hand side, but I think we've got a good handle on what we need to do. That's more of a swing, and we were talking about the wrist angles and how they influence the face. Yeah. You've got a great feel for that. For you, it's just reps. You just got to, you know what it is. You just got to get repetitions.
I told you, man, it's practice.
100%. Yeah, that's all it is. There's, if we look at all the way you move the golf club, if we were to kind of look at the club path, the angle of attack, and all that sort of stuff, none of that's a concern. The only one element of literally, there's not one bit of that would give me any trouble. Everything's neutral, apart from that one thing where the face stays a little to the right.
And that's a terrible habit that I have.
Yeah, you mentioned that at the start.
Yeah. And also, it's also, I mean, I think that obviously because I'm so used to the monotonous training of getting out of the blocks and doing all those things, the exact same training and methodology is what I need. So I need reps.
Definitely.
And I need, obviously, you're the man to make sure that Mizuno is sending.
The right stuff.
We definitely got a variety, but I'm going to get the right one that's going to be good for my game right now.
Right. And the key is of all those variables that we were, and in the fit, it's not fair on me to burden you with all those variables, but those different shafts, the grips, the lie angles over in the loft and lie machine there, we're changing it up and mixing it up and trying to learn from all those different things, and when the toe was down and how that was compounding the open face, and we were adjusting all those things as we went along. I think we've got a really good recipe for the irons. I think we really know what we're up to. Weight was great for you. We talked about the amount of pressure you put on a grip. I don't know if I've ever seen someone twist a grip like that before. Right, so there's a grip called the Z cord. We're going to go with the mid-size. It's a really firm grip. That's not one that has any kind of torque to it, so your hand won't be able to manipulate. Because when your hands are doing that, it's attached to the club and the face is doing that with it. We don't want that variance in there. So we'll go with those. We're going to go with the C tapers. You swing fast enough. You're definitely an X flex from a speed standpoint. And also you need the weight. So we are going to go with some C-taper, heavier shafts. Going to go 125 gram S plus, which isn't quite X-Flex, but it's kind of the next one down. It's a little stiffer than the standard stiff. Okay. A little bit more upright. Again, just get that toe up in the air. Keep that face to the left. Okay.
Sounds good.
That'll be our irons.
Sounds good. Thank you. That sounds awesome.